Hello, my name is Monsi Briseño, technician at the National Directorate of Climate Change of the Secretariat of Natural Resource and Environment of Honduras. It's a pleasure to participate in the 19th workshop on the facilitative challenge of BUR to present Honduras' second biennial update report, which contains the GHG for the inventory for the period 2016-2020, in compliance with our commitments under the UNFCCC. Honduras is a Central America country with a land area of 112,492 square kilometers, of which 56% is covered by forests and 2.5% by water bodies. Our population is about 10,039,862 people up to 2025, and our official language is Spanish. 6.3 million hectares of forest, 91 protected areas, 25 river basins, and around 6,800 microbasins. Honduras began submitting national reports to the UNFCCC in 2000, with its first national communication, which includes a GHG inventory for 1990. In 2012, we submitted the second national communication covering data 2000 and an approximation for 2005. In 2015, Honduras presented its first national determined contributions. Later, in 2019, we submitted the third national communication, and in 2020, our first BUR, both including inventories for 2005 till 2015. In 2021, the country presented its update NDC, and in early 2023, the update forest reference emission level. Finally, in mid-2024, Honduras presented the second biennial update report, which includes the GHG inventory for 2016 till 2020. At the end of the same year, we submitted our first PTR covering the period 1990 to 2022. The GHG inventory was developed following the 2006 IPCC guidelines for national greenhouse gas inventories. Due to the limited activity data, the Tier 1 methodology was applied in most sectors using national statistics and default emission factors. For the LULUCF sector, Tier 2 approach was applied. With the new inventory, Honduras now has 15-year time series, allowing us to understand and analyze national emission trends. In 2020, total emissions were 47,717.71 gigagrams of CO2 equivalent, while total removals reached 31,070.39 gigagrams. As a result, the net balance emission was 60,647.32 gigagrams of CO2 equivalent. This highlights the vital role of the LULUCF sector, which significantly offset national emissions. At the sectoral level, follow represents 76% of total emissions, energy 17%, IPU 4%, and waste 3%. However, when looking at net emission, the energy sector became the largest emitter, responsible for 48% of national emissions. As part of the institutional process for the GAH inventory was developed under the leadership of the National Directorate of Climate Change, with the participation of governmental institutions that provided data, validated calculation, and reviewed sectoral chapters. The process was supported by national and international experts, academia, private sector, and civil society, ensuring transparency, participation, and technical rigor throughout. Honduras continues to make progress in implementing its NDC through policies, programs, and actions in priority sectors. We have achieved significant progress in the forestry and energy sector by developing measures that promote conservation, restoration, and energy efficiency. In the livestock sector, progress has been made on methodologies and actions that strengthen climate resilience and reduce emissions. Among the 8 prioritized mitigation programs, we highlight the Padre Andrés Amayo National Reforestation Program, led by the President Xiomara Castro, which aims to reforest 24,000 hectares during 2023 to 2024. The Sustainable Livestock Farming with Low Emission Program, el Proyecto Conecta Plus, promoting renewable energy and energy efficiency. The Tegucigalpa Sanitary Landfill Project, capturing and using methane gas, and the Special Law of Forest Carbon Transition for Climate Justice, which established the legal basis for fair participation in carbon markets. Despite these advances, Honduras faced barriers in the main areas, which are inventory improvement, energy sector, and agriculture sector. As for inventory improvement, we require better data and local capacity to transition from Tier 1 to Tier 2 in key categories. In energy sector, we need stronger technical authority to negotiate and manage bilateral and multilateral funds for renewable energy investment. As for agriculture sector, we require financial resources to implement the coffee NAMA with multiple mitigation co-benefit and an MRB mechanism. Between 2016 and 2023, Honduras has received about $1,291,408,703 in support for mitigation, adaptation, and cross-cutting climate actions. Of these funds, about 42% came from multilateral sources, including the European Union, UNDP, and the Global Environment Facility and the World Bank. As part of the construction and improvement of our transparency framework, Honduras is implementing the capacity building initiative for transparency. We are currently working on the design and implementation of the National Climate Change Monitor System and updating the National Law of Climate Change and its regulations, as well as the SMNCC regulation. This system will centralize climate indicators, operational guidelines, protocols, and institutional arrangement. Will also include a financial mechanism to ensure its long-term operation. Currently, Honduras is executing the combined project for the first biennial transparency report (PTR), the fourth national communication, and the second PTR. The first milestone achieved in December 2024 with the presentation of the PTR. This ongoing process continues to improve our GHG inventory, data systems, and institutional coordinations, strengthening our national transparency architecture under the Paris Transparency Climate Action. The global